because the last thing I need is picking up an injury already. Monday, the 13th of January. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Andy if you're new here, and this kicks off the first video of marathon training. So I've signed up for the Edinburgh Marathon, which will be the second marathon I've ever done. I signed up for the London Marathon last year, so was really keen just to get back into another training block, but more so this year, just really get back into enjoying my training and specifically my running, because I feel like the last 12 to 14 months have just been a whirlwind of emotions and putting pressure on myself that was probably unnecessary at times around like just putting out videos. I was trying to do like daily videos and then realized that that just wasn't feasible. And then I was setting certain time goals for London Marathon, which I didn't achieve. And ultimately I just lost sight of what's important to me and why I love running, why I love fitness. It's not to achieve certain times. It's the fact that I can literally just lace up my shoes and go for a run day after day and just do that. So this year, that's what it's about for me. End of the day, I'm not a professional athlete. I work a 9-to-5 job. Fitness and running is for me to de-stress and just see what I can do with my body. I do have a very competitive nature, which means I put pressure on myself in all aspects of life to achieve and get better. So although I'm gonna follow a plan and try and hit certain times, at the end of the day, I'm not going to worry what my time is come marathon day. I'm just going to see what I can do. And like I said, just enjoy training, enjoy waking up every day, getting out there, and the fact that I can do that. And I'm just super excited to get back into running. And also, I just want to kind of be a bit more open and transparent around the last kind of 12 to 14 months and just the whole losing a parent, going through that. And I wouldn't say like I burnt out last year or anything like that, but I came pretty close, I think. I was just exhausted dealing with the death of a parent, the funeral, running the London Marathon. Again, I don't think I fully appreciated the London Marathon for what it was. I was so focused on a time that I just completely kind of just lost the fact that I was doing it for my mum. And I just want to kind of, just be a bit more open with that, because if there is somebody who, if you're watching this right now and you've gone through something like that, it may feel at times like you don't know where to turn, you feel a bit lost and things can seem a bit chaotic. But if I can share just what my experience has been like, and if that helps anybody, then that's amazing. So that's what this kind of training block and these videos are going to be more around. So I'll share more around that over the next few weeks. But this evening, we're just going to head out, do a 5K and just see where we're at fitness wise in terms of just a zone 2 run. The official training plan that I'm following won't start until the end of January, but I just want to use the next 2 weeks just to get back into it because I'm super keen and just want to really focus on running again. So let's get out there. It's winter here in the UK. So even though it's 5:40, it is pitch black, it is cold, so we're going to wrap up warm, gloves, hats, the full shebang, thermals, and get out there and get it done. So that is first run of the marathon prep done, and it was a 5K, as I said. Ended up being a 28 minutes 52 second run, so that's a 5:45 kilometer pace average, and my average heart rate was 135 beats per minute. So good to see where I am in terms of a zone 2 run just for that distance. Happy with that, to be honest. I didn't think I'd be around those paces for that heart rate, but clearly the running I've done the last few weeks just here and there has paid off a little bit. So that is run 1 done for Monday. 6 a.m, just had first coffee of the day. We're about to head to the gym and get a workout in, and I'm not typically a morning person. I'm a lot more awake this morning because we have got a little bit of jet lag, but we're fully taking advantage of it the last few days, getting up at about 5:30 and getting to the gym in good time. So here's to jet lag. So training plan wise for the marathon, I'm following a 16-week plan, and that basically starts at the last week of January. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm basically following the exact structure in terms of workouts each week and just halving the first week and the second week for the next 2 weeks, if that makes sense. So basically I'll put it up on the screen what our typical week looks like, because it doesn't really change week to week. The only thing that changes are the type of workouts for that specific session. So Mondays are easy runs, and last night that was a 5k. Today is meant to be a track workout, so that would have been 10 times 400 meters with a 60-second rest in between. So tonight we're just going to do 5 of those intervals with the warm-up and cool-down as well. Wednesdays are always going to be some form of cross-training. So for me, that'll either be swimming or cycling. Thursday is a tempo workout, and then Friday is rest and recovery, but I'll probably still go in the gym, do some form of strength training, and also just, a bunch of recovery as well. So got a pair of recovery boots, which I picked up recently, a Theragun, just do as much as I can on that day to rest and recover before the weekend. Weekend wise, that's where most of the training miles are gonna get logged. So on a Saturday, it's a shakeout run, and then Sunday is gonna be long run day, or some of those days are quality runs. So I'll explain a bit more once we get to those weeks what a quality run is over just a standard long run. And that is pretty much what the training weeks will look like over the next few weeks. I think the peak mileage in kilometers that I'm gonna reach is 87 kilometers. That is going to be the absolute peak of training, which is week 12. I don't know what my peak of training was for London Marathon. It might have been close to that, to be fair, but that's what training looks like. Gonna head out now this evening and get this evening's run done. Okay, back from this evening's run, which, what was it? Was an interval session. So it was a 2k warm-up, which was all good, and then it was into intervals. So 5 intervals, 400 meters. I'll put them up on the screen now. So 4:15, 4:11, 4:15, 4:13, 4:25. So last one wasn't the best, but my hip was just hurting a little bit, which is really, really annoying. Not badly, but like I can feel it. There's still pain there ultimately, and it just seems to be lingering still, even after resting it and feel like it was gone. But I don't think I've injured it. I just think I'm gonna have to obviously prioritize recovery on it. So foam rolling every day, glute activation, foam rolling my glutes, just everything basically focused on that area. Because the last thing I need is picking up an injury already at day 2, which it's not it wouldn't be ideal at all. Maybe this is a sign that running just isn't for me. Maybe I just need to play golf for the rest of my life. Just dedicate myself to the game of golf. No, that's a bad attitude. We're gonna sort it, it's gonna be okay, stretch it out, Theragun, recovery, bit of ice on it, it'll be all good. I think it's just tight. That is the blood test done. That was almost too easy, super convenient. They literally rocked up, and within 10 minutes the test and everything has been done. So drew the blood, packaged it up, and now I'm gonna take that over to the post office same day to post, and then I'll get the results within 3 working days. So great process so far, super easy. And in terms of the test that I've gone for, as I mentioned, it's an advanced Wellman blood test. And the markers or the areas it's specifically looking at are cholesterol status, clotting status, diabetes, gout risk, hormones, and specifically testosterone. Super intrigued to see where that's at for me personally. Inflammation, iron status, kidney health, liver health, minerals, proteins, red blood cells, thyroid hormones, vitamins, and white blood cells. So pretty comprehensive test overall. Like I said, it's something I'm gonna do on a yearly basis now, just to get an idea of where I'm at with my health and if I need to make any changes, adjustments, nutrition or whatever. I think if you're somebody who's into your health and fitness, it's worth doing and just getting a baseline, especially as you start to get older, just to see if you need to make any changes, any concerns, you can kind of address them. So super easy process. Couldn't recommend them enough. I'll link them somewhere. Like I said, it's not sponsored, but if you're somebody who's into your health and fitness, definitely worth looking into. Okay, Okay, that is tonight's workout done. 6:09 kilometer average pace for the warm-up, 3K, and then both kilometers, one was a 4:54 and one was a 4:50 average kilometer pace, and then a cool down 3K of a 6:07 kilometer pace. And really enjoyed that workout this evening. I was in a good headspace going into it because, again, like I've said, one of my things this year is just to enjoy running and not worry too much about times or anything like that. Although for the main part of the workout, obviously I was fixated on a time to get for those kilometers. But for the warm-up and cool down, just went nice and easy, didn't really think about it, didn't even look at heart rate, didn't look at anything like that. I just went out what felt comfortable, which was great. And what I also did, which I don't know why I did it tonight, but I just felt like when I've been running before, and this is maybe what's caused my hip pain, I'm quite, not bent over, but I lean forward quite a bit when I'm running. And I don't know whether, well, when I spoke to a physio, they seem to think obviously my glutes aren't firing like they should be, which means my hip is taking over. And part of that, I think, maybe is to do with the fact that I'm leaning over. Whereas tonight, I try to be a lot more upright, feeling like my chest was up. I'm really just trying to stretch out a little bit. So when I was doing that for the main part of the run, I was a bit slower than I usually am, but then for the main part of the workout, it felt a lot nicer and I wasn't getting any pain in my hip either, which is the main thing. Who knows what it'll feel like tomorrow? I might still have pain in my hip tomorrow, and this is all redundant, but during the run, it felt okay, which is the main thing in my mind. So I'm gonna use a Theragun now just to go into that area a little bit. But overall, really happy with that run, really happy. It was a good run. And I think also with like the leaning over part, because I run around London on pavements, onto the road sometimes, being kind of leaning over a little bit, I'm always trying to look on the floor to make sure there's no potholes and gonna roll my ankle or something. So yeah, tonight I really try to stay upright around the road a bit more and just kind of, yeah, felt a lot better and a lot easier on that part of the body. Other parts of my legs feel a bit stiff and tight now, but that's probably a good sign as well. So can't complain. Happy days, that's what we're talking about. Morning, it is Saturday and we are back in God's country for the weekend, and this morning getting in a nice easy 5k along the front, which is absolutely beautiful. I don't know why I turned around then, you can probably see it behind me. Absolutely beautiful, and we're gonna have some breakfast after this. It is 3 degrees, it definitely feels colder, so this is needed for the run. It is a week of training complete. Wrapped it up with a 10k run, 5:39 average kilometer pace, and an average heart rate of 141 beats per minute. So super happy with how that run felt at that heart rate, but more than anything, my hip felt really good, or there's no pain at least. So that's huge win for the week. We take that into next week now and another week of training. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.